Here's some more top 5 weapons of mine that are secondaries. So starting off, we've got the plinks here. This is an acuity build with heat, corrosive, magnetic. We've got magnetic on it naturally. Then we've got magnetic heat, magnetic, corrosive. But decent enough status chance um, that we can proc these. So Tainted Clip gives it 60% multiplicative buff to its alt fire, which is really, really good. Um, well, if you could, it'd probably be best to fit Hornet Strike in. So we could drop the heat here and put in Hornet Strike, and that'll give us more of a buff. So we'll try this out here and see how we get on with the heat, the corrosive magnetic, and then if not, we'll put in the heat again. So again, I'll be buffing this with my Nourish on Wisp, Arcane Hotshot, and the Diddiga to prime enemies. Hotshot will help a decent bit. The fire rate when in the priming, you're going to always have an emission. So for people that say, well, why don't you show it naturally? Well, when do you go into a mission without any buffs and no companion and no viral, you wouldn't get very far. So this is me showing it how it would be functioning in a real mission. So its normal fire mode is strong enough, as you can see. Because this is a acuity build, I wouldn't recommend taking this in anything but disruption. The damage is going to be that great on the bodies. See? But when we get on headshots, we'll get in. And now we alt fire on this guy. Just ludicrous levels of damage. So this is cool gun for disruption. Usually I have it as a not an acuity build. I usually have this Riven in here, so multi-shot and damage, because it's multiplicative with damage with galvanized shot and deadhead. So I would have it set up like this with fulmination in here, deadhead, and then we can get a big AoE off the fulmination and multiplicative on the target will actually hit. So we could do it like this. Probably be better to just do it like this. The reload speed, I don't know if it's negligible on this gun because it's a battery. Let's see. No. So we've still got a decent amount of damage direct hits. Even if we shoot people in the body, see? We don't need to just go for headshots now. And if we get a big target there, it's still going to kill him. It's still going to kill a disruption guy easy enough. Just bonkers damage. Big AoE as well, look at this. We're getting multiple people. And it kind of suits them in. It doesn't show on overguard guys, but if we do it on somebody like this, look at this. We shoot it here. Oh, they were frozen, so that's why it's not pulling them in. So let's take the companion off. We'll lose a lot of damage because it's not multiplicative, but I just want to show how, if they're not frozen like that, we're going to be able to pull all these guys in quite easily. So we'll take something just to prime them up quickly. Pulled them all in together and shot them and spat them out like that. And then pulled them all in and spat them out. So it can be nice in a tight doorway, you can group people up with it. And they'll explode. So it's just a cool little pistol. It probably needs more love. It's really strong, but it's not used as much as it really should be. So what else do I have in my top 5 list? I have fan favourite here, but it has to be included, it can't not be included. We've got a nuclear with a Riven here, which is putting this absurd critical damage up to 14.7. We'll show it rivenless. So we would put in just our standard. This way is how I would run it for corrosive, kinetic, heat, radiation, lots of punch through, enervate, magnetic, might, big critical damage, enervate, ruinous extension, and it's just gonna absolutely melt everything. Just a ludicrous level to gun, especially now that we've got enervate. Really buffed this gun up a lot. Did I go back out again? Now, who needs an incarnon when you've got a gun that can do this? There's not much more to really say about the nuclear than that, but it's going to change everybody, and it's just going to do insane damage. I'm not even going to bother to show my ribbon build because the levels of having a ribbon in this and not don't really change that much here. Invisible, buff it up in other ways, get a 2x critical damage on it. Our crepuscular, when we go invisible we get 3x critical damage. And then, you know, if you cast, like, let's go invisible and let's get a breach surge on these guys. Look at this. Bad time. You know, you've got chaining on AoE now, which is just bonkers. You can also run it without, you know, enervate. You could run it the old-fashioned way and maybe drop Seeker, put in Lethal Torrent for more multi-shot, and then put in, what is it, Secondary Fortifier. This could be quite handy in high levels. You know, if you wanted to get some overguard, you could run it this way. Steal overguard while you prime people up, then switch to your other weapon. You're losing a lot of damage from enervate, but you know, you're getting your overguard up and then pull out your multiplicative gun and just wipe out your disruption targets. The multiplicative damage we're getting off of that is just crazy after we do a bit of priming. Swap over. So there's nothing really can be said about the nuclear that hasn't been said before. It's just a really great gun. But you're probably going to be best to run it with enervate and as much, you know, punch through. What did I have? Your Seeker. I think you'd better probably with that there. And this. So it's a 17 critical damage, 94 magazine, and 1.2 punch through now. Do the enervate on it. We'll just show it quickly. Just insane. Fantastic weapon that's always probably going to be relevant in even years to come. So my next favourite one that I like to use is an incarnon is this, but you know, it's like the pistol version of Trumna, and I think when Zaku was primed he should have got a prime version of this, or Lavo should have got a prime version of this. Now I've got a Riven here, critical chance, and electric. I'm going to drop that and just put electric there. The one thing about this is it's slow fire rate, so you know, you would want to have somebody like Wisp to use this on. That's the one problem with it. So we'll show it here because we've got the fire rate. It's basically a pistol Trumna. Slow, and it's got an alt fire, and it even looks a bit like the Trumna. You can see it, look at it. Brutal level of damage. Not even start yet, and look at it. Chewing through these guys. And we've got a nuke. What we didn't want, but can't really help it because we're going to be trying to replicate how this would be in mission. There we go. Look at that. A couple 100,000. And then this kind of marks enemies with its alt fire and shoots out little missiles that track them a bit like the Carius. we'll get a few more kills like this, then we'll do the alt fire. So once they're primed up, it's basically one bullet to kill them. 2 million a hit. 4 million. So alt fire, we mark these guys like that. Then not bad, but it's the main fire mode you really want to care about. It's just so good. So strong. So if we swap it back to my Riven build, and we'll pull it out. Be a bit buggy sometimes, the alt fire. You know, it can kind of trap them a bit wonky. You know, but then if you track on, it's just like a couple of them that are joint or close by. It's going to kill them a lot better. So the Sepulchrum is a great gun. You get it from demos, from, you know, whatever the NPC there is, father or brother or something. I think they sell it. So multiplicative with galvanized shot, Hornet Strike. We've got Merciless in it because again it's got an atrocious reload, 3.1 seconds. It's just disgusting. So number 2 would put, for my favourite non-incarnon, would be this insane gun. The two, oops, I went in primaries. I went in secondaries. Tomb Finger. Multiplicative with Cannonade and Galvanized Shot. Pack Seeker is going to cause basically little mini little breach surges to come out and find enemies, and they're going to do the millions and millions and millions of damage, lots and lots of damage, and they can be slash. So again, Shock Horror, we've got Corrosive Magnetic Radiation this time. If I could have fit it in heat, I would have fit it in. But I had a Riven that was a bit better than this, I would have put it in, but this isn't that great. So we'll just do it like this. So Deadhead, Pack Seeker, multiplicative with Galvanized Shot and Cannonade, and look at this sort of damage we can do. Now fire rate is not going to fly here because we've got Cannonade in it. It's just a habit to put it down. So, end these guys up. When we get headshot kills, watch this little seeking projectile. See it? So, done the red crit there for us. See it fly out, 59 million damage. See it flying in the air. Again, 67 million damage. So that's guaranteed to get that projectile on basically every headshot kill. So, look at this. We're just wiping out big groups of people with insane levels of damage. Even if you weren't using Pack Seeker, it would still be one of the best, in my opinion, because of the levels of damage it does. But that's just an added bonus, look at it. 100 million that was, 70 million as well. 68 million, 100 and something million. 274 million slash proc. Is there a need? Is there a need for that? It's just that ridiculous. So just a brutal gun, and I think everybody should have the Tomb Finger. Depending on parts, what parts do we have here? We have the Splat, Haymaker and Tomb Finger. That'd be the ones you want to use. And for my number 1 secondary weapon in this game is the Curious. It's just so good. We've got electric, critical damage, critical chance. I'm going to swap that out for just an electric mod here, because we're not going to show the Riven one. So you can all replicate this. We've got corrosive, heat, we've got massive AoE, multiplicative, galvanized shot, and it's going to do orange to red crits, and it's going to be able to kill people through walls. So the direct hits will be multiplicative, and it's going to red crit, and it's going to be in massive, massive AoE. So let's show it off. This is a fantastic gun for any mission, whether it's Steel Path or not Steel Path, on any frame. It's just so, so good. It looks like it's taking a while to ramp up. But then once it does ramp up like that, look at it. Just crazy, crazy AoE. And then we got the red crits. And direct hits, like I said, it's multiplicative. Just brutal. And you know, if we go invisible and we get our Crepuscular active and Breach Surge, look at this. Even more AoE. So not much can survive it. So if you don't have Fulmination, Prime Fulmination, just use the normal one. Or you could go the other way. I used to play it like this, where I took off Fulmination, and I had, what else did I have in here? I had Magnetic Might. So Heat Corrosive Magnetic. I took off Enervate and I put on Merciless, and I lost some. Where was it? I dropped something else. I dropped Target Cracker, I believe, for that. So we had some critical chance, Corrosive Heat Magnetic, and this was relying on more of direct hits to kill, because the AoE is still okay at the base without the Fulmination build. It still works pretty good like this, because once they're primed up, look at this. You know, it's not as good. It's still pretty strong. And as you know, if you've watched my channel, I mostly play Vauban, so it wasn't an issue for me because I could just, do this, and most people would have their overguard destroyed, and then you'd be grouped up. I'll show you how I kind of done it. And, you know, the direct hits are just so strong. Look at that. I was using it as mostly a direct hit gun that would passively get rid of overguard that was around the people around it. So if I show you like this, I'll be using it something along the lines of this. But I do think that the Enervate build I first showed is the best way to do it with the Fulmination. So if you throw down your armor strip and you're wanting to group these guys up, and then you throw down your one augment, which is going to make up for that Prime Fulmination, and you do this. Look at this. You know, look at that. Just done the exact same, if not better. I throw it down again. And it dealt with them just as good. So, you know, for the group inside and killing, it would be something along the lines of this. You know, if we just pull them all together like that, throw the one augment in, and then that's it, they're all dead. That's how I was running it before. It's a way to run it if you're going to do it on Vauban, I think is the best way to do it. But now with actually further testing, if you're going to be doing it on any other frame, I would do it this way. Drop that, and put in Target Cracker, and Fulmination, and you're still going to get fantastic results with it. Like I said, better on most frames. Just brutal gun. Best non-incarnon secondary gun in the game for me is definitely this gun. So that'll be it for the list. Hope you've found something you've liked here. Cheers.